I'm Dan Reeses.
That was
and
such a weird high.
in case I want to sleep late tomorrow, I filmed this video. Since today is the 24th, but today is 5/25/25. Today is the grand launch of Mathemagical. Please understand for everyone that it is not a website. It is not a business, but rather an applied mathematical organized form of all of my business concepts in
Exactly.
one
It's
coherent
that's
element.
at the tippy top.
Okay, excellent. That is nothing more than a shell which encompasses a series of 24 business models, which are actually applied mathematical equations. I will be launching them one at a time, which is why genius is in simplicity.
24, huh?
Yeah, there's 24. I just haven't told you all of them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there's 24 of them total, and I've kept it very to myself. And I think that I told you about 6 or 7, is that correct? Maybe 10?
I want to say 10.
For anyone that is wondering why there are so many, it is because this world has many problems. And if you're not a part of the solution, you're simply a part of the problem. That is the way I firmly believe.
Yeah.
Do you believe in that as well?
I do.
Welcome to the company.
Excellent, thank you.
You are employee number 1, and after that we have everyone that flows down from there. The reason why I do that is because just like Tony Stark in Iron Man, he believed that a woman should be at the helm of his empire. I believe that as well, because I believe that women are more logical. They do a much better job at organization, as proven by this board. And they have a much better ability to shepherd children. And this is a company that I see as my child. This is the first time that I've actually put my name on the actual product. And the reason for that is because I've waited a very long time to be able to launch on 5/25/25. There'll be many videos that I'll film about 5/25/25 after 5/25/25. But the actual grand opening is today. So, ta-da! And we will be posting a series of websites and things like that, but the first form will come in the form of ProSlay. And ProSlay is nothing more than everything that I've said in the videos that are about ProSlay. This is not a video about ProSlay. This is about gregarious games being launched in the year 2025, and somewhere in December is a very important time stamp, somewhere December 8th, December 7th, 6th, 5th, something like that.
In the movie or
In the movie.
in your
And
life?
in my life, it'll happen on the same date. That's why it's very, very exciting. So,
Okay.
all right, so 5/25/25/25, that is nothing more than a timestamp that I've used in order to officially state that, hey, this company is now a go. Jamie, congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
believe you are the owner of it.
Thank you, I'm
And
so excited.
you can fire me at any time, technically. But I will put up a fight. And please understand that.
But I will put a fight.
But legal. I just want to say that my dream job is working at Home Depot. So if I
This is
completely
true, you
fail,
have said this.
if I
for
completely
a number
fail
of
at all
years.
of this, please watch the movie The Equalizer. That's why
True.
one of the reasons why I'm excited for if the world completely laughs at me and laughs at my business concepts that I have created to help them.
Right.
It is not to help me. So for example, you know the 2 things I'm going to do when my first day at Home Depot? What I'm going to do?
No?
Do you want to know what they are?
Yeah, tell
You gotta
us.
ask me. I'll say,
What are the first 2 things you're gonna do?
Well, first off, I'm gonna help a customer, which I haven't been able to get in about 2 decades from Home Depot, and so I'm gonna do something crazy called customer service,
I
And I'm
would
gonna-
love to see it.
and I'm gonna do the best I can to answer everyone's questions. I'm gonna walk the aisles, memorize everything there. I mean, I've done that already. But in general, my dream job is the Vauxhall Home Depot. It's the largest Home Depot in the country. So I believe that is the
I
ultimate
think
place.
it's
That's the first
great
thing I'm
when
gonna
you
do.
interact
You know
with
what the
other
second thing I'm gonna do is? I'm gonna send an email to the board of directors of Home Depot telling them how to save billions of dollars in loss prevention, because I operated the
You have
largest
said
chain
this.
of pawn shops in the state of New Jersey, so I know how all of their products are being stolen. And instead of passing the savings to the consumer by raising the price of their goods in order to, I don't know, cover their asses for being negligent in their deficiencies of loss prevention. And
Yes,
I
it
would
does.
present to them a very fast-paced thesis of how to save billions of dollars. I, the stock clerk at the Vauxhall, an absolute nobody, will give you multiple billions of dollars in revenue if
I
you
don't know
choose to
any of
listen to me.
this.
So I will Robert California that shit so fast.
Oh,
So no, that's a joke. I am excited for
Robert
whatever
California.
path the world leads me to, and that's really a joke. I don't see myself really failing at this because I have enough real estate to really get through all this nonsense, and I simply don't recognize the criminal activity that has been done to me as a viable reason to do anything. So for example, there's been recent court orders that mandate me to do something.
Yeah.
That will be nothing more than challenged legally in court, contested via very simple motions
Right.
that simply highlight the deficiency. And this video is for
Yeah.
nothing more than to recognize that I'm not talking about that the judge actually rescinded his order. And it was the first time I was able to get the judge to admit his
Admit.
wrong. And obviously Casper says to remove the judge immediately because this judge is now acting on his own behalf. And he is no
Right.
longer impartial, so I'm sorry, Judge Sherwood, this is where you leave us. And
You
the
can't
first thing we're.
continually
Yeah.
say, I can't do anything, I can't do
Yeah, I
the
can't
order, I
change the
can't
order,
change the order,
but he
and
does.
then you
Whoa, we're
go.
going sideways. Let's stick to the facts at hand. Jamie, congratulations on this.
Thanks,
I
I'm
really
so
don't have
excited.
much more to say about this. The reason why I decided to make videos directly to the staff is because I realized very quickly in my calls with the engineer that it's really a one-way pace. And anything I need to say can be said via emails, or, which I'm not a big fan of back and forth emails. So
Right.
that being said, there's like a limitation to that. But at the same time,
I
it should
think
be
you said something
documented.
great when you were on the phone with him the other day, when we had our meeting, you said if you can't be answered in X amount of emails, it needs to be a call or not at all. You said
Yeah, I mean, I'm
And
trying to do
I
the best I
think that's a
can.
good-
I'm trying to be
I
there
like
for
that.
my staff. You know, I'm trying to be the person that I preach that I am. And the boss is always available. I am. The company is small, but we're vicious. And we are rapidly expanding, as the Joker said. So there's room for more, but at this time, we really have the team that I need in place in order to clear up exactly what has been done over the last 5 years,
Okay,
undo it, launch the businesses that generate billions of dollars in revenue, and laugh at me all you want, it's an $82 million estate, and me being in bankruptcy is nothing more than me being transparent and honest with the process of what's going on, and I want to reserve the way I act for 5/25/25. You'll see a very different Dan Reese's, and I want to apologize only to myself for having chapped lips, and apparently Jamie said that my lips were chapped, so I hope this is better.
yeah,
So I had to really fix a lot of myself in the last 5 years. I believe I fixed that. I need a haircut, Jamie. I have like payas.
you do.
Look at this Gentile. It's a reverse Jew joke.
It's true.
Oh, Jamie, they think they're going to teach us about business, huh? It's a good joke. I'll tell you later. Now, that being said, Jamie, do you have any questions as a member of the audience and a staff member?
No,
First off, I do believe that you working with me this many years is a testament to my credibility. But those that want to discredit a single mother of three
Right.
who works her ass off in order to show the world the truth can publicly do it at any time by joining this channel and going against what I have to say. But so far I've seen 0 human beings have the balls to actually challenge what I say,
That's
because
true.
I speak the truth. I know many of you do not want to hear it, but I have nothing more than the truth, because when the story is this good, by lying about it, you discredit the entire context of what's going on.
you do speak the truth. You don't need to make anything up.
My
It's
son-
just too interesting.
My son once very famously said, "You're thinking of Benny from my group right now."
Yeah.
And I believe that that brilliance of that line could only be set in context to this website that I will launch this week,
Yeah.
which is a direct response to the US Constitution as well as the cancel culture. The website that I'm launching is designed to memorialize and remind everyone how dangerous the cancel culture is. The end result of the cancel culture can easily be described in a book called Fahrenheit 451. And that is the ultimate dystopic reality of where the cancel culture can lead to. I hope that everyone has understood now the importance of Fahrenheit 451, whether or not you were a staff of Perfect Pawn, who was a liberator of the right of human beings to be able to sell and buy whatever they
Well
wanted,
said.
whereas in Fahrenheit 451, we are constricted. So my response to a world that wants to censor and silence us is to stand up and legally, logically speak the truth. So this website is designed for any human being that has ever been the subject of social bullying or ridicule, and it is really nothing more than my story told through the eyes of Dan Rieses to the world. Now, if I was the subject of this story, I would not be happy with the website that's about to be launched, but many of you confused me with Benny from my group, and that is where the story starts. And that is why my name is Dan Rieses and not any of these jokers that you had me confused with. Because I will stand up for myself, my children, and by the way, you only own these companies until my youngest turns 18, at which point you change custodialship. Do you agree?
I do.
Excellent. See, that's the kind of leadership we're looking for at Mathemagical. Direct, decisive, and you need to stand by what you believe in. Do you agree with that statement?
Yes, I do.
And I believe that I have changed positions many times in order to appease the people around me,
Yeah.
which is why I believe that I became somewhat of a human being in the last couple of years. And I've gained weight. I have certain health issues that I don't want to discuss on camera, but at the same time, my mental health has increased significantly, where I was able to really understand what the hell is going on around me, because I amassed such a large fortune of both real estate, intellectual property, as well as cash, that everyone wanted to be my friend. Until I systemically lost everything by being a victim of crime, not by overspending, not some Brewster's Millionaire deformed version of me overspending. That's not at all what happened to the demise of my corporations. It was nothing more than crime committed against me by the ones I trusted the most, the ones that I believed loved me the most. And that is the pain that prevented the real Dan Rieses from coming out for the last 5 years. Does this make any sense to you? It's real, like the state of Israel. It's real. It's all real. And that is why I warn everyone not to copy me. This channel is extremely dangerous. If you choose to replicate it in any form, please do not try to do this. You will only look like an idiot, as well as you might hurt yourself or the ones around you. I have carefully made sure to shield those that really love me from the direct effects of this narrative, but it has failed, and even I recognize that there is no way for me to publish this content without being direct, honest, and truthful. So if you choose to use this content against me, that is okay. If you choose to use this content against my family, it is not okay. So those that have shown love to my children, my wife, and everyone that I actually care about, I very carefully memorized in my memory bank. So you have nothing more to worry about. I love the peace sign. That helps me to remember that you're a human being that understands how difficult my job is. And my job is, I'm an applied mathematician. That is what I do. I am a father, I'm an entrepreneur, and I am a human being who creates business concepts to help human beings. My applied mathematical equations cannot exist if I do not have a goal in mind of human beings that I'm helping. There are many things that you can do to earn a profit very quickly that have very little morals, very little work ethic required, and can result to a massive amount of fortune being operated with. I have no interest in that. I'm only 42, almost 43 years old. I have over 20 years of amazing life ahead of myself. Why would I waste a single day on a business that I will regret? It makes absolutely zero sense. If you, the world, does not understand that I'm giving you gifts, then please, by all means, simply reject me, ignore me, do not take the gifts, and we will all move on with our lives. Do you understand what I just said? Does this make any sense to you?
It does. It makes a lot of sense.
All right, great. How much time do we have left?
That's a very powerful statement. 7 minutes and 45 seconds.
Well, I think the most powerful statement is that I have nothing more to say. Because the truth is in silence.